Matt, if you wouldn't mind coming up, I'd like Matt to join us on the stage. We're gonna lay a little groundwork for an announcement.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
So again, it's a great discussion this morning because economic development and lean do go hand in hand. It was great for us to see this morning some examples of how you could go back to your business. I know I have many ideas that I'm ready to implement just in our small nonprofit organization. The idea board is going to be the first thing to go up in our office because I really think that Jim hit the nail on the head, saying go to the people who work for you, who's the folks who are in the trenches for us with our membership. All of you have ideas of how the Schaumburg Business Association can better serve you. How can we inspire you to share your ideas with the staff? So I'm very excited to walk away from this presentation myself to implement some of these ideas that Jim has shared with us from his experience with these companies. So thank you, Jim, for that. And this morning we kind of cut the program short because we have a very special announcement that we would like to make today with you and with the Village of Schaumburg and our state representatives and folks here in the room. We are very excited that in such a short period of time of having the Schaumburg Center for Economic Development up and running, Jim working with Matt Frank from the Village of Schaumburg on a regular basis. I kind of call them the dynamic duo or wonder twins. One's the bucket and one's the water. And the two of them go out and they meet with these clients, and it's really fascinating to watch because what we have here behind me are two folks with a great deal of expertise on how to assist a company. Matt's been working in economic development for the Village of Schaumburg for quite a while now, and he has such a vast understanding of our business community, of the resources we have here, of the available land, of the available buildings, working with our real estate professionals. That expertise is very hard to come by. And then you bring Jim to the table with some expertise on the relationships that are out there, the kinds of suppliers maybe a company might need if they're looking to expand or locate here, connecting with the workforce board to say, what are we doing today to prepare our workforce and the pipeline for the companies that we have today and the companies we're hoping to attract. So it's kind of fun to watch the two of them work together. And so this morning I'm going to pass the microphone over to Jim and Matt because the two of them worked on this client project together from the beginning. And that client is here to make the announcement of their expansion and the jobs that they're planning to create in our community. So I will pass the microphone to Jim and Matt.
I have a mic, so if you'd like. We haven't figured out who's Batman and Robin yet. I think we kind of trade off. Depends on the project. Sometimes I'm Batman, sometimes. So this is a great story for us because really it was probably one of the first projects that Matt and I worked on. And I'm going to start with the email that we received on March 7th. I think it was 10:54 p.m. From our client company. It says, our company is growing, we need more space. An unnamed local municipality has many interesting properties. We'd like to learn what Schaumburg can offer. And I think I immediately, the next morning, picked up the phone and called Mr. Bob Sosha and said, hey Bob, I'm Jim Feldman, I'm with the Schaumburg Center for Economic Development. Tell me a little bit about what you got going on. And Bob was telling me he's busting out at the gills. He's got warehouse full, and they got to move a warehouse out to get a warehouse in, and all kinds of things like that. Well, that started the discussion, really, which is true economic development at its very organic state, where these ideas come in, folks have needs, and Matt and I work together to produce the resources and combined resources to help keep our companies here, grow them, and then market for foreign direct investment so other companies see Schaumburg as a great place to put their business. So in working with Bob, Matt and I got together and talked with Bob, got his needs assessment taken care of, and kind of figured out what we need to do. Bob was gracious enough to invite his CEO over from Italy, and I'm going to let Bob tell you a little bit about MTA in a minute, but Matt and I went to work and prepared a tour. We wanted to make sure that every resource that Bob and his CEO and his company needed were at his fingertips right here locally. Put a two-day tour together that was capped off with a dinner with Mayor Larson, And it was really fantastic. It's kind of led us to where we are today. So Matt, if you'd like to add something to that.
Sure. Working for the village is quite an opportunity, and one of the most rewarding things is when a business in the community wants to reinvest in the community. So this was a great opportunity that Bob and MTA came to us and said, hey, we need to grow, what can you do for us? And growing up in this community, being at the village for over 12 years now, and having the great support of the village board and the staff there, we're able to identify resources and staffing opportunities and partner with Jim and SBA to make things happen. So we're very excited that this is our launch of the first project and hopefully many projects to come. So thank you, Bob, for choosing to invest in Schaumburg.
So with that, we're going to give a little bit of kind of an idea of what that means to the community. The MTA USA Corporate Expansion Project, really in the next 6 to 12 months, will produce 5 new jobs. That's 5 direct jobs. Use more than 30,000 square feet of our almost 2.7 million available square feet, and that's a combination of industrial and commercial. And approximately $2 million capital investment. Taking that down the road even further, longer term, 3 to 5 years, the potential really is up to 50 primary jobs and up to 90,000 square feet of space and about $30 million capital investment to build a manufacturing facility here. One of the neat things about how we went from that email about warehouse space to where we are now is that MTA is going to start manufacturing right here in Schaumburg. Not just warehousing products and having an office location, but making this their North American headquarters where they have sales office and administrative offices, warehousing space, and full-on manufacturing right here in Schaumburg. That's exciting. As a matter of fact, Bob, if you'd like to join us, please welcome Bob Sosa from MTA USA. Absolutely. I'm the lovely assistant. I'm going to hand that over to you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Bob Soch is my name, and my office is just down the block, very near the hospital. MTA is a global company, private company, formed in 1954. We are Italian-based near Milan, but we do have facilities around the world. We have close to 1,000 employees, and with the annual sales nearly of $200 million.
Sorry.
That's okay. We are in the automotive parts business, electrical and electronic componentry. As Jim did mention, I'm pleased to announce our lawyers have finally put everything down. In the next couple of days, we're going to sign a lease for a 35,000 square foot building just on the corner of National Parkway and Tower Road area. We can't wait to move in. We need space. I started in May of 2007 at the Regis Office Center, which is near the soccer fields off Route 53, a one-man operation. We decided to move to a bigger facility because we outgrew what we had, we needed space, and we did a bad job. We underestimated our needs. We had one building about 2,000 square feet. About a year later, we decided we needed more space. Fortunately, we were able to stay in the same unit, take a building next door, put a hole in the wall, and now we've outgrown that facility. The reason for this expansion is primarily simply because we want to start our production and assembly here in America. This component here is for a current production automotive application. We are producing this assembly at our factory in Milan, Italy, and through the help of Matt and Jim, we have found a supplier here in Schaumburg where we're going to transfer our tools from our manufacturing facility in Milan. The Schaumburg producer is going to be injection molding these parts with our tools. These components will come to our new facility where we will then do some assembly work. And then we do have another component for another project that will actually begin in the first quarter of next year where we will become, I will call it an actual manufacturer. So we are a success story with CED. Could not do without the fine folks here. Believe it or not, there is nothing, no issue that I cannot bring to Jim that he will not be willing to help me with day or night. That email that you saw, it was, I won't mention the other area that we were looking at, but in addition to someone, a city nearby, We are also considering Mexico and Michigan. All I can say is Schaumburg is home. We're glad to be back. We really didn't want to move, and it was through the fine support of this organization that really helped us find suppliers, not only in the plastic injection business. We're also looking for someone to help us in the metal stamping business. So if there's someone out there, please give me a call or give Jim a call. And I'd just like to share with you a little bit. I made some
if you would, that'd be great. I know Bob and I talk about the economic impact that he has on the region, and if you would share that with us, Bob. These are things that are new growth as a result of MTA USA making Schaumburg their home.
I sat down and I said, what does this really mean? I know it means a lot to us and how it affects us, but some examples. We now have a new freight forwarder who's going to help us import some of these key components from our factory in Italy to a molder in Schaumburg. We also now have the impact of a trucking company that's going to bring the goods from the airport to the port to Schaumburg. We have a company as PM Molder. That's the supplier that we've chosen to work with. That also means somebody in this area is going to supply them pallets. Somebody's going to supply them boxes. That business wasn't there. We also have hired a Schaumburg trucking company who will bring the goods from the airport area to our new facility. We will then have to hire some folks in our new buildings to manage the activities of receiving, shipping, customer service, and sales. I can't tell you what the net impact is financially, but it is a lot to this region. And this is just project number one, part number one. The 35,000 square foot building is going to be a 4-year lease, and as Jim did say, our plan is to purchase some land, put our own facility up, because we are producing in Poland, Slovakia, India, Brazil, and Schaumburg now is our office for North America. Again, I want to thank Jim, Matt. I met with Matt about a year ago. I first found out about activities, how Schaumburg could help us. I found the information about the CED through I think it was the newspaper, or I saw an article in Tanya, and I wrote this crazy email at 10 o'clock at night to Jim, and in a matter of a few months, we're here. It's good to be home, and I thank you very much.
Bob is coming up to bring their corporate publication, the MTA Journal. These are great, especially if you're a car fan. They supply Lamborghini, Ferrari, you name it, any of the European automobiles, including Ducati motorcycle, Prius scooters, things like that. And it's especially neat if you can read Italian. So one column is in Italian, the other column is in English. So it's a neat publication. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you bringing these in. If you'd like one, they're right up here.
Thank you, and it's very exciting. Thank you for joining us this morning and making your announcement with us.